A bride called me sobbing. You ruined everything. Our marriage isn't even legal. I had no idea who she was. What marriage? You officiated our wedding last month. Now we find out you're not even ordained. I've never officiated any wedding. You stood at the altar. You performed the ceremony. 200 guests watched you. I'm not a wedding officiant. We paid you $800. You signed our marriage license. Now the state says it's invalid. Another couple called screaming. We've been living together thinking we're married. You're a fraud. I didn't marry anyone. Our ceremony in June. You did the whole thing. Now we find out you're not licensed. More calls flooded in. 8 different couples, all claiming I'd officiated their weddings over the past year. All discovering their marriages weren't legally valid. All furious. You seemed so professional. You had credentials. Found a website. Reverend Sarah Martinez, wedding officiant. My photo in clergy robes I'd never worn. Testimonials from happy couples. Packages ranging from $500 to $2,000. Personalized ceremonies. Multiple religions. Secular options. The state licensing board called. You've been performing marriages without ordination. That's illegal. I haven't performed any marriages. We have signed marriage licenses. Your name, your signature, 8 couples. Found the photos online. Wedding albums. Someone in officiating robes. Standing at altars. Holding marriage certificates. My face. My build. Performing ceremonies I never attended. But looking closer, the person's hands were different from mine. Wedding ring on the wrong finger. Watch I didn't own. Couples were demanding refunds. Threatening lawsuits. Some had to redo entire weddings to make them legal. Our anniversary doesn't even count. We filed taxes as married. Now what? My work benefits were based on being married. This is a disaster. Wedding venues called. Your behavior at ceremonies was inappropriate. You're banned. What behavior? Showing up drunk. Forgetting vows. Pronouncing names wrong. One couple said you hit on the best man. Found reviews. 1 star. Showed up late and unprepared. Forgot the couple's names during the ceremony, but also 5-star reviews. Perfect ceremony. So meaningful. Someone was officiating weddings. Sometimes doing it well. Sometimes ruining them. Always using my name. Police tracked him through venue bookings. Found which ceremonies he'd performed. Pulled security footage from wedding venues. Someone in officiating attire. Greeting couples. Performing ceremonies. Similar appearance to me but not identical. Enhanced footage from a country club wedding. Face clearly visible during the ceremony. Not me. Different person. But he'd studied how I looked. Dressed similarly. Used my mannerisms. They identified him through venue payment records. Checks made out to Reverend Martinez. Deposited to an account in my name. My ex-boyfriend's brother. Someone I'd met multiple times at family gatherings. We looked somewhat similar. Police brought him in for questioning. I watched through the one-way glass. Why did you do this? The detective asked. He sat there in a suit, looking like he could be officiating a wedding right now. You performed wedding ceremonies using her identity? I took online ordination courses. Got certified through Universal Life Church. Technically legal to officiate, but you used her name, built a website, used her photos from social media, created Reverend Sarah Martinez as a brand, better than starting from scratch. You collected money from couples? $500 to $2,000 per ceremony, depends on the package. Custom vows cost extra. Rehearsal attendance cost extra. The detective looked at the records. 8 weddings over 1 year, $12,000 total. Some were good ceremonies. I knew what I was doing, studied the scripts, made them feel special, but some weren't. Sometimes I showed up drunk or hungover, forgot details, mixed up names. One time I hit on someone at the reception. And the licenses? Half the time I filed the paperwork correctly. The marriages were legal. The other half I forgot or messed up the forms. Those couples aren't actually married. So 4 couples think they're married but aren't? 3, maybe 4. I don't remember exactly. The paperwork was confusing. The detective leaned forward. When couples discovered their marriages weren't valid, who did they blame? He looked at the mirror. At me. When couples discovered their marriages weren't legal, I got blamed. My name, my liability.